Hi Libras, and welcome to your April 2023 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky coming on to talk to you about your month ahead. Welcome back, Libras. I hope that you're having a nice entry into your axis. We are in Aries season here in your opposite sign, which is always an energetic period of time for you. In this reading, I will be talking about the general intuitive messages of Aries season and the rest of April. I will also be doing a week-to-week tarot forecast and an extended reading linked below on Patreon. So yeah, Libras, let's talk about your energy intuitively for this month. Okay, so you're getting like more spiked up about things. I feel that this strong Aries stellium we have of the Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, and Chiron coming out of March really doesn't let you repress anything. It doesn't let you pretend that things are okay when they're not. It doesn't let you really just let things rest. It's a very active energy, so I feel that you're becoming less passive, and Libra seems to really be taking the driver's seat in this month, and there are a lot of things that may come up in your life that require you to make the choice. So I'm feeling, Libra, that this can be like really great or really hard as well, because I don't think anything's going to change unless you do it. So you might also have a lot of people in your life who are like now starting to expect you to do the work. Okay, so people now recognize how much of a self-starter you are. People recognize how much of an active personality you are, how much of a strategist you are. So now they have stopped trying and they expect you to do it all. This is kind of like an energy where you start seeing other people expecting you to clean up their messes. Like people understand that you're a great housekeeper or understand that you are a wonderful chef. Now they expect you to cook and clean, and they don't do it themselves because you're better at it. This is an issue that's really become more front and center in 2023 in a lot of different ways, where people who are skilled or people who have some type of gift or talent start to get used, okay, a little bit. And I don't want to stoke this if you're not really having it in your life, but if you are having it, I think that it has to be solved somewhat in April. And I think that you might have to really stand your ground or just start to integrate yourself with more like-minded people. You have all upright cards, of course, this month. The Emperor, the Chariot, the Strength card, the Judgment card, the High Priestess, 5 major arcana cards. And it is going to really usher in a lot of change for you this month, and a lot of like zest for life, and a lot of want to get things right, and to no longer basically be passive in chaos or to not act in a time of difficulty. So there is a prevalent social culture right now that's kind of, for lack of a better term, kind of lazy. So it's like, I don't even care that there's like a major danger in my life. I'm just going to like rest and let it pass. And it's kind of, in some ways, spiritually advanced because it's like non-intervention. But also some of these things really are not good to not sort of be healed or to be worked with. So I feel that you may have to sort of cycle through and observe other people's actions and observe other people's choices to the degree to which you are being like elected by them to solve all their problems. People might be choosing you to fix them. In that way, it's really good for healers or for people who work to help others in a professional way. I think that it would be a great time for business or a great time to get new clients or to get new people in need of your help. But then also, can you summon all that energy? Can you summon the energy needed to help all these people? Is it draining? Do you feel drained? I feel that something in April gives a solution to you about how you've been drained. So if there's been something that's been all-consuming, something that has been exhausting you, I think that April will see it changed, or will see you modifying or optimizing that completely. So that's the high point of this month for you guys, just at an intuitive level, is taking that first step towards optimizing, modifying, and moderating, draining things in your life to have more not just to have more ease, but to have a greater stance in life because you're not like overdrained or overtaken from. Now also, with all of this very direct masculine energy coming in, the Emperor, the Chariot, the Strength card, the King of Swords, the Three of Wands, It means that you may have like more temper, or it's not even just temper, but it's just like push to fix things or push to even things out. Though I would lean more into this Nine of Pentacles High Priestess energy, where you have more just given or more natural well-being without having to push so hard. The error of this April for everyone is like pushing too hard or trying too hard to make something complicated, almost for like self-gratification. Like the harder I make this for myself, the better I'm going to feel when I get there. Okay, but what about when we actually have to do something that's actually hard? And, you know, I do see people also manufacturing difficulty to create their own, like, almost like psychological workout or energetic workout for themselves, which I don't know. I can't really judge whether that's right or wrong to do, but I do think that it's kind of dangerous to make things harder than they have to be just in case you actually have something that is hard that you can't like make easier. And you don't want to be like exhausted when you have something like real to do. Let's talk about your week-to-week Libras. The first week of April, the High Priestess rooted down by the King of Swords. Okay. You're kind of like conflicted about, okay, should I just kind of like let these things work themselves out, or should I figure it out now? Do I postpone this change, or do I push it through now? I think that that's very prevalent right now. Like people are like, well, I can keep on keeping on, but is that actually right? There's got to be some kind of compromise. Compromise is really good in April because people are very polarized right now. So people who can compromise, people who can find that middle ground will sort of be like a saving grace for others and for themselves. So finding that middle ground is the important thing for the first week. You have a very sharp intellect and a very sharp, I suppose, like sense of morality as well in the first week. So that seems good for figuring things out and solving things, and for also being mature in a group or something like that. But it's a good energy. Week number 2, the Three of Wands rooted down by the Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful. I love that combination. That's like opening yourself up to new horizons, allowing new things to come to you, not having to push so hard, not having to like go so crazy, trying, but like actually just opening yourself up even to different perceptions. So it could be interesting to take on new studies or new explorations of history or faith, or the way that civilization has evolved over time. I feel like you have a gift of knowledge coming in the second week, but it's also very passionate. It's very creative with those colors, with that solar plexus yellow. Really strong in your reading, of course, in the Three of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Strength card. You have a lot of solar plexus coming in this month, which I think is exactly what you guys have needed. I feel like Libra has been kind of like dull or nullified a lot lately. And this is kind of like the nodal axis getting closer and closer to your sign. I believe in June or July, it will shift over. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to get notified when I post a comprehensive video for all signs about the nodal axis change we'll have later this year, very soon actually. But yeah, I think that you're like growing and growing and growing up until the point that that shift happens. And then there's going to be maybe a much more integral story cropping up for you and Aries both. So that's why I wouldn't make things that hard on yourself now. It's almost more like you need things to become easier so that you can store up energy and sort of recuperate and gain strength for when you have like a major activation coming up later this year. So it seems like a really good time for studying, for not overworking, for not demanding too much of yourself, that you have like an energy deficit that you then have to repay at a less auspicious time. So beautiful week in the second week of April. I love that combination. It's a very noble combination. It's a very fortunate combination. It's good fortune there. So maybe positive karmic payments for those of you who warrant that. It seems long overdue for many Libras. Week number 3, the Chariot rooted down by the Emperor. very, very masculine energy. Wow. That combination has been coming up a lot this month. I think that the Emperor and the Chariot has been coming up in a lot of, many of signs. So it's very Aries, right? Very Mars energy. We are in Aries season and we have a huge Aries stellium. So the universe is absolutely pushing us to right some wrongs, to get ahead of some problems, to take, not just take control, but to take sort of accountability for ourselves and to not scapegoat, okay? I'm so upset because that person ruined my life. It's all my ex's fault. It's all my employer's fault. It's all the government's fault. You know, all of that kind of stuff where there's that displacement of accountability is going to be really ludicrous here, because it's going to be very open for pretty much anybody to make their lives better if they want, but it's on them. And the third week of April is going to give you a major support network, even just inside or within your own, I don't know, constellation of ideas, constellation of motivations to energize. Major energizing coming in for you guys in the third week of April. Week 4, the Judgment card, we're down by the Strength card. The strength to decide, the strength to wake up to something, the strength to come to that sort of aha revelation moment where you know your focus or you know your new focal point. So after you come through this greater story in April, where you're basically getting your inner conflict solved, you're allowing more giving from the universe instead of having to push so hard, you know, you're maybe recharging instead of pushing so much, you're taking accountability where you need to, and then you have all of these things kind of aligning to support a more precise focus. But that requires order over chaos, you know. That's what I think of with both the Judgment card and the Strength card, is higher force and order over chaos. So you have to maybe choose that at other places in your life. And definitely, Libras, what I will leave you all with for this month is the thought that, like, maybe I actually can overcome this. Maybe I don't have to think about these fears anymore. Maybe I don't have to have some of these fears anymore. Maybe I don't have to spend my energy on, you know, something like a ghost of my past or some kind of irrelevant cycle at this point in time. And let's talk more about that in your extended Libras. I'll link it below. And in the center of your screen, we'll talk more about overcoming ghosts of the past and getting really present for this very important month ahead for you. So that's linked below. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the thumbs up button to get this video out there. And thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Have a great month. Bye.